When spring arrives, one of the things I look forward to most is seeing my peonies in full bloom.
It's a perfect time to enjoy the smell, the gorgeousness of herbaceous peonies. Here in this garden, we have 22 different varieties, more peonies than anybody could possibly know what to do with. But I find lots of uses for them.
Every year, I host a party in celebration of these glorious flowers. It's my annual peony party, and there's always a lot to do. From setting the tables and making the flower arrangements, to preparing a 3-course meal and hors d'oeuvres for all of my guests. Behind me, we have Martin Brock preparing part of tonight's dinner with Pierre Shedlin. Pierre is now the chef at Benoit in New York City. And Shira Bokar, who is actually writing all the recipes for my new book on entertaining. While they prepared the hors d'oeuvres, including a fresh asparagus soup and smoked salmon, I started making the first course, fresh crab cakes made from fresh-picked peaky-toe crab from Mount Desert Island, Maine. I'm concentrating on dealing with 12 pounds of peaky-toe crab. I started by adding 6 cups of breadcrumbs. 5, 6. Next, I added 3 cups of fresh cilantro and 12 jalapeno peppers, seeded and very finely chopped. Gives a little tiny bit of bite to a very sweet and delicious crab cake. And 6 stalks of celery, very finely minced. And we have 7 peppers, 7 yellow and orange peppers and 7 red peppers. I'm using a rubber scraper to mix so I don't break up those lumps. And many of the ingredients actually come from the farm. The eggs, the asparagus, the herbs. These are spring onions right from my garden, and they will add a very nice flavor to the crab. So this is about all I can do right now. Closer to serving time, we added 14 eggs and 4 3/4 cups of mayonnaise. The mixture was then formed into cakes and sautéed, one for each guest. Next, it was time to see how the decorations were coming along. This is the carport, and it makes a very nice dining room. We decorated the entrance with cut birch trunks set in moss-covered stands, and of course, lots of peonies. Aisha Patel helped me set the tables. Aisha is the head of the styling department at Martha Stewart Living, and she is really responsible for the way the photos look in the magazine. So now for setting the table. I always like to use either bump, it's that thick flannel.
Yeah.
Our rental agency actually sent us the foam,
Which they call liners.
liner, and very important to have this underneath your tablecloths. This gives a little bit of softness to the table and makes it look prettier. And then these are 120-inch rounds of a very nice cotton, and make sure that it falls evenly to the floor. We have our undercloth. Now we need our overcloth. And these beautiful green toppers were made by Aisha.
They're 90-inch squares.
Okay, and you can see the points of the squares just touch the floor. Next, we placed peonies on each table. Kevin Sharkey prepared all the arrangements. Kevin, how many individual peonies did you create?
I think we figured out 12 per table.
Let's put some votives around here. We set the tables with beautiful damask napkins from my linen closet and silverware from my house in East Hampton. All the dishes were ready to be plated in the kitchen and brought out with each course. And we're using a lovely assortment of plates. Most of the first course plates have green on them, and the main course are old Wedgwood plates. And now the glassware, let's use those on this table. Very nice. And these are the menus. The covers are designed using a photograph that I took last year. And we do all the printing right here on the laser printer. It says Peony Dinner, Cantito Corners, New York, May 29th, 2009. They look really good. Everything was ready for another beautiful peony party, a tradition I'll look forward to for years to come.